Hello and welcome to GoldBoys Primetime. I am degenEli. And you know what? Yesterday I had these. Last night I had these like intros worked out, like how I was gonna introduce people. Like I had one for Jerry, one for whoever we had Nick and Matt. Today we've got the gambling Twitter OG and Jerry, and then we've also just got Brian. What's up, guys?
Yeah, it's a good. That's a good one to intro. So is that what they're calling it? The prime time slot, like
Yeah,
Gold Boys
GoldBoys
Live.
Primetime.
It's
So
like a
that's right
good
now.
show, but just a lot worse.
Could be.
That's our line. It's like a good gambling show, but worse.
Yeah, could be. Could be. Jerry, what's up, man? How'd you do last night?
How did I do last night? I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast, to be honest.
That's true. Same. I didn't eat breakfast actually or lunch, so my dinner's on the way. Got a burger coming. Pretty excited about that. Yeah, I hit my World Baseball Classic bet last night. Probably nobody tailed because everybody assumes I'm an idiot and they assume correctly. But got another one of
Yep,
those tonight. We got some new. We're gonna try something new. My bomb might be cool. I don't know. We got some trivia going on. We got the Players Championship starting tomorrow, which is exciting for me because I like golf. And we also have some NBA games tonight we're gonna get through. So let's jump in. I'll be honest, I haven't watched any World Baseball Classic stuff yet, but I'm still just super excited. Baseball is kind of back. You guys got any thoughts on other than obviously the Dutchman just coming through for me last night? Any thoughts on World Baseball Classic, Brian? That you didn't get a chance yesterday, so
Yeah, I mean, I actually the only thing with I'm actually excited for World Baseball Classic because that's how I use my. Remember that FanDuel did.
yes, I
They,
remember.
they did like 100% boost, so I use it on Dominican Republic. So I got
So
them at
hang
like
on.
plus 700.
Let's be clear. You tailed your girlfriend, if I remember correctly, on that bet.
Yes,
So
yes.
let's just make sure what
Yeah,
this is
she
due.
placed it. Yeah, she placed it on her FanDuel. She loves baseball. She likes baseball more than me because she doesn't like me that much. But yeah, I did use my 100% boost on DR, so I'm very excited because that roster is just stacked. I think it's gonna be kind of fun to watch some baseball instead of doing work. The only thing that sucks with the World Baseball Classic is the time zone difference, where you kind of can't get like a whole lot of like that day baseball. Some of them are at like 7 p.m. when basketball's on, so we're gonna have dual screen.
Yeah, I think coming up this weekend, I think we are. So those they're in groups and like all over the world right now. So I think we are going to get some day games maybe starting this weekend. I think I'll check the schedule. But yeah, last night I was all over the Netherlands plus 1.5. Tonight starting at 11. So we got Panama, Netherlands. We got Australia, South Korea. I don't even know any of the players on Australia or South Korea, but I took the Netherlands last night. They came through for me. But I watched the Panamanian Little League team, Little League World Series, and I just feel like they've got some ball players down there. So I'm actually going to take Panama plus 1.5, close to even money minus 115. Any thoughts on that, guys? Did you guys watch the Panamanian Little League team? They were crazy. They actually I think are the same players on this team. They just have had the birth certificate like in
He's
in
12.
Benchwarmers. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I am
them. I think.
12. Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but me and Jerry actually have a good relationship on Twitter, and we have a code where we don't like to watch children. So I actually did not watch the World Series, unlike you
I didn't
staring at
bet
the.
on it.
I'm just saying. I'm just mean in
I
general.
tried.
You're just staring at kids. That's a little strange. Me and
I,
Jerry, we shy away from that. We're good human beings.
I mean, Brian has no choice. He's not allowed within 500 feet of a school, so
Actually, it's 50 feet now. It's 50 feet.
Dear Lord.
I'm looking for a house for me and my girlfriend, and it's very tough to find
Okay,
one.
so
I'm just
anyway,
shocked you have a girlfriend. That's just
That's,
incredible news.
She lives in Canada. It's a different school. It's a whole thing.
wait, she actually lives in Canada?
Yeah, she goes to a different school. That's why I don't see her around. But she's totally real.
All right, so what's his name? Monte Teo.
Yeah. No, so to answer your question, I actually don't have any thoughts because my extent is I'm a really big baseball fan, really big MLB fan, and when I was like kind of going over the World Baseball Classic with Ryan, it was a lot more about just going with the MLB rosters for that. But outside of that, I don't necessarily stay up watching the World Series of children late at night.
You creep.
Well, Brian made me feel weird officially for like just baseball in general, and but that's fine. I feel like a bad person most of the time, so we're just gonna move on.
You can't let Brian of all people make you feel weird. You just can't let that happen.
That's true. I feel like that's his goal in life. Anytime he's talking to somebody, he's gonna try to make him feel like shit. So
No, it's a self defense mechanism for how much I hate myself. So it's
Jared, you also like how before the show started, Brian's like, I gotta be done by 7, and then he's the one just kind of dragging on, rambling. So if if we hold you late, it's your fault.
yeah. Let's do this trivia. So if you don't know the idea about the trivia, me and Jerry are gonna we can actually clip this for marketing reasons. So people, unless I lose, we can't clip it. But I'm going to a trivia night tonight with my father, so
Just
we
giving
thought
you
it'd
a
be
warm up.
fun.
Yeah,
So
real quick
we
before that, before we get to trivia,
oh
I want to do one thing first because it's gonna transition I think a little bit. So we got some NBA, we got some MLB on there. Gun to your head, Jerry. Though, who wins the Players Tournament starting tomorrow? It's golf, by the way, if you guys don't know.
The only bet I'm making besides some stupid 3 balls is going to be Justin Thomas. I mean, he won me money in 2021. The defending champ is not in there to defend his title. So Justin Thomas is technically the defending out of this field. So he loves this course. He talks about it. He says he likes it more in May, but he won it in March. So who cares? Justin Thomas is the only one I'm going with.
You know what? I wasn't. If I had to lean just outright winner, I don't know. It's so hard with golf. I like Max Homa. I like Scotty Scheffler. I like. I feel like John Rahm probably bounces back this week, but the one guy I was kind of looking at for a top 20. Let me find the odds again. You can get Justin Thomas. Obviously, anytime you take outright winner, it's kind of a lotto play because it's golf. They got to play 4 decent rounds at a pretty hard course, TPC Sawgrass. But you can get Justin Thomas to make the top 20 at plus 110, and I feel like that's just there's some crazy value there. Brian, do you watch any golf as I try to stall and look up some stats here real quick?
So I do. I watch golf. I don't bet on golf often, and I watch it in terms of my girlfriend's dad watches golf. So I'll watch golf to make it look like I'm sophisticated. I don't hate golf. I respect golf more than anything in this world, but it's not my forte in terms of capping / betting on it. That's all Jerry with his $1 lottos that makes him like $8 million, and like that was my favorite thing on Twitter that week is whenever you do that kind of thing, you become that guy. Like you hit that one play and you'd be like, I'm running this for this Knicks game, and they're like, golf, 3-ball. Like it was just like this whole thing.
What's
Golf
funny too
ruined
is that
my
was
life.
actually like one leg away too. Like the full parlay didn't hit, right?
Yeah.
It's like it was a leg away, but yeah,
Round
I
robin.
love Justin Thomas. He did win it 2 years ago. He's been top 25 and 4 of the 8 times he's played. And I don't know. I just got a feeling about him. I really wanted to do something with Jordan Spieth because I feel like he's really close to finally putting it all back together again. But you look at his history at TPC Sawgrass, it sucks. But all right. Anyway, be on the lookout tomorrow on Twitter for Jerry's kind of crazy 3-ball because he's gonna hit one of those one of these days, and like FanDuel actually might go bankrupt. I don't know. It's been an auto tail for me, but we're gonna do it. Okay.
So I have a question, Eli. Would you want to do the NBA and end with the trivia so we can get people some bets out and get some people over the NBA slate first, or
So
did you want to?
Trivia is gonna go quick, and Jerry had a good point. Like if it's like super boring, like try to make people stick around a little bit for it to actually get some plays. You know what I mean? So I think let's start with the trivia. It's gonna be quick. I got 5 questions. How it's gonna work is I think we're just gonna go. It's gonna be a judgment call on my part. Who says the answer first?
It's a speed thing. Oh
yeah,
shit!
it's a speed thing. Whoever says the answer first. If it's a tie, I think we go to a backup question because I've got 6 total questions. So hopefully that doesn't happen more than once. The winner gets to choose the opponent's Twitter, AVI avatar, whatever, for an evening or a day. We'll say, okay.
As long as it's appropriate, because I don't trust.
Yeah,
I don't trust Jerry.
I think
we have a brand to protect here at the GoldBoys media team.
So I think myself and potentially NJC maybe have to approve it. We'll say it does have to be appropriate.
I already know mine is gonna be like a Phillies thing or something like to piss him off. I already know it's gonna be something that's gonna irk him a little bit.
You read my mind.
Technically safe for work.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys ready? Let's jump into it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Which player has scored or has gotten the most rebounds in a single game this season? Bonus points if you can name the number of rebounds. Ready, set, go.
Is it like a rat? Wait, do I get penalized if I say the wrong answer?
You lose your chance to answer this question.
I say Jokic with 28.
No. Brian, do you have an answer? I didn't have a backup plan for if you didn't get like anything right, but go ahead.
Zubac. He had that one game with like 30, right?
29. So Brian
29.
1 point. He had 29 points against.
That's a good question. I remember that because I not bet on any games that day, and I remember coming back the next day, checking in the morning, and thinking, "Holy shit, what was his line? Like 8?"
And he had 29
Yeah,
against
okay.
my Indiana Pacers at Hurt. I did watch that game. It was we don't need to talk about it anymore. So Brian takes an early lead, 1-2-0. So I've got a couple.
I think Jokic had to. Didn't Jokic have a 26?
Jokic was that was going to be my backup if you guys didn't get it right. Jokic does have a 27. There are 4 players that have got 23. Steven Adams, Domas, Vucevic, and Brian's favorite, Rudy Gobert.
I was one off.
Fucking hate Rudy Gobert.
You were close. Let's go to a baseball question next. Actually, this is going to be 2 questions, I think, potentially. Aaron Judge hit 62 home runs, breaking Roger Maris's record last season. American League record, technically. Who had the second most number of home runs?
In like
Josh Hamilton.
Last season. Sorry. Last season.
Like just in the entire season.
Yes. So home run leaders 2022. Aaron Judge 62. Who was second?
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with 48.
Wrong.
It wasn't Schwarber. I want to go Schwarber, but I know it wasn't.
It was. Schwarber was second with 46.
I thought it was third.
So yeah.
I thought it was third.
No, it was, and I thought you were gonna get that one like automatically because you're supposed to be a Phillies fan.
I am a Phillies fan, but I did think Schwarber was third.
Ryan Thompson is now in the chat, and he definitely would have gotten that correct. I think. Yes.
I'm thinking
JM Levin also got that right. So I think we got about a 10-second delay for chat, which helps us. Also, I'm gonna be trying to really fake fan. Ryan Prop says, I'm not. Agreeing,
I don't have my chat up.
To it. Anyway, next question. Same thing. 2 players. So Aaron Judge 62 first, Kyle Schwarber 46 in second. 2 players hit 40. Name one of them. 2 points are available here.
I'll go Guerrero.
Wrong.
Yeah, I'm just trying to steal Jerry's answer.
I'm thinking Guerrero was 2021 when he hit 48.
My turn's over until he answers, right?
Yeah. We go 5, 4, 3.
Pete Alonso.
You're right. There you go. The other one. Do you want? I'll allow one more guess, Brian. 5 seconds.
Mike Trout.
Yep, you got it. Dang it! I was hoping you wouldn't. I don't know what to do.
I mean, honestly, in baseball, there was 5 guys.
I make the rules. Jerry gets a point there because he got it first.
I know. I respect that. I fucked up on Schwarber. I deserve that.
So so how I had that planned out is there was a Mets. I know Jerry's a Mets fan, obviously. Brian a Phillies fan. So we there was I was trying to really even it out, make it fair there, and you guys both you did both kind of come through there. So it is 2 points to Brian, 1 point to Jerry. We do have 2 questions left, so Jerry needed a full sweep here. Spooky asking if it was Pujols. He was close. No, he wasn't. I don't know what his number was. Somebody tell me in chat. If you cared. 62 for Judge, 46 Schwarber, 40 for both Trout and Alonso. Austin Riley came in 5th with 30. I feel like that's kind of sneaky, but anyway. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah, I was born ready.
Who has gotten the most assists in a single NBA game this season? Bonus points for the number of assists. Ready to go.
Jokic, 21. Oh, damn it! I knew who it was.
Number was correct.
I know who it is too.
James Harden.
It was literally James Harden has 220.
You see, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at Jerry's eyes though. I feel like he maybe's looking at his second monitor if he had like a sneaky.
I know it was Harden. Harden had 20. He has 20 and 21. Harden has 20 and 21, and I fucking knew that. But I thought you were trying to trick me up, and I don't.
See, I'm not smart enough too.
See, like you mentioned the Phillies fans, I was trying to think of like not a Philly. I thought maybe there was another 21. God damn it.
2-2, tied. Going into the last question. I have to. Yeah, okay. I got a backup question. The most strikeouts recorded by a pitcher in one start this season. Who was it? Bonus points for the number.
Spencer Strider, 16.
Brian wins.
Damn it!
Damn it! Don't fuck with me on Spencer. It was 16, right?
Yeah, it was 16. So
Don't
technically
fuck.
that is 2 points. I was gonna maybe give Jerry a shot to pull it back and tie, but that takes Brian into the lead.
I
So
hope Ryan's still in the chat because don't fuck with me on Spencer Strider knowledge.
I wish I would have known that. I would not have chosen it, but all right. That was fun.
Yeah, dude.
That was fun, right?
Yeah,
we got some chat and
fun.
interaction going.
Yeah, great. Now I probably have to have a freaking Phillies logo on my page for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, I think the rule was an evening, so maybe.
I think it was 24 hours.
We'll run that back next week, though. That was fun. I like that.
That was a good time.
At Redemption.
My only regret is that I overthought James Harden. I was on me.
You did.
And he literally just had 20 2 games ago.
Brian Googling, Ryan said, I wouldn't be shocked. Oh, Prospector Sam in the chat as well. Jerry, tell Brian you love him.
I am not. I told him on his podcast. I am not saying it to his face.
That's fair. All right.
Oh, he got you to do his podcast? Sam got you to do his podcast? I know. I listened to that. Yeah, dude. He is sneaky because it was an awful time. But I'm ready for some NBA talk here.
Yeah, it was crazy. Oh wait, it's Wednesday. It's only Wednesday. I was going to talk about how Tuesday, Thursday we used to do the show. There's like 3 games. And last night there was a bunch of games. Tonight there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games again tonight. Game number 1, Hawks 3 points favorites in Washington. Over under 237. Jerry, you're first because you didn't request to go last this time.
You said over or under? Or
no, I was just setting the stage for you, giving you the basic stats, giving you time to think about what you were gonna say. But you got anything on this game, man?
So don't you think Kyle Kuzma's due for a double-double or a nice 10 rebound game? I mean, Jimmy Butler just had 10 rebounds. I took a stat correction, but he got there to 10 rebounds.
That was crazy. Yeah, I saw that.
Kyle Kuzma's good for 10 rebounds at least 4 or 5 times a month. He just is not rebounding lately. And you look at that. Throw away the last game. He only had like 3 rebounds against them. But, I mean, Jimmy Butler just had 10. They give up a lot of rebounds to small forwards and power forwards. So, I mean, if you want some value there, I think it's plus 410 for him to get 10 rebounds. And the guy's due. I love 430. I mean, the guy's due as it gets. I mean, Trae Young just had 30 points on them, too. So if you want to parlay a little something, and he's plus money. I think he's plus 140 for 30 points to repeat that effort. Give a lot of points up to point guard. So, little 30 points, 10 rebounds kind of parlay going. That's kind of my vibe for that game.
14-1 on FanDuel if you like Kyle Kuzma to get 10 rebounds and Trae Young to get 30 points. I don't hate that bet. I did a couple of years ago. I did have Kyle Kuzma on my very short ban list. Jackson Smithers asking if there's 7 games tonight or 8. I'll be honest, man. I don't know. It's been a really long day, and I'm drinking like a 12% IPA or something crazy.
There is 7. There's
so I
7 games
twice, and I apologize to the world for that.
If anything, it might be that the Pacers game's listed on 2 books. They have it listed early for tomorrow.
You're correct. Yes. You're correct. Brian, what you got on this game? That's the Hawks.
Yes, I did have a bet in this game. I took a 2-leg parlay because I'm feeling frisky and I'm parlaying something for once. I took Trae Young, 8 assists, paired with Clint Capella, Clint the Potato Capella, 10 plus points. If you watch Clint Capella, he's really not my favorite player at all. He's very just average. But the Wizards overall, they actually have like the second most efficient at stopping the roll man in pick and roll, which is scary. But they have the second most of like possessions per game in the pick and roll. So they attack the pick and roll a lot against them because the way they have their coverage, they don't drop as effectively as possible. And with Gafford in there, it's even worse because he's just so bad at getting back in that drop. He is. I mean, that's really what it is. So in this game, Trae Young is coming off a 7-assist game. He's averaging 10.1 on the season. His last 5 games, he's averaging 8.6 assists. So I actually like this as a buy low spot to get plus 113 on this because of that recentness of like a little bit less in assists. But he's still averaging 16.2 assist chances per game in the last 5. So if you give me these kind of plus odds, I like this a lot. Clint Capella in 7 matchups in his career against Gafford has 10 plus in all of them. And with a new coach, Clint Capella is getting a lot more minutes. The biggest thing with Capella was his minutes restriction. Not restriction, but he just like would randomly not see the 4th or not see many minutes in a lot of games. But new coach, new potato, he's seeing a lot more minutes. I think he's going to get a good pick and roll here. Last time they played the Wizards was a week ago. I had 7 assists, which factors into his lower line at 9.5 plus money. But in that game, Murray and Bogdanovich, they combined for I think they missed 1 out of 5 shots from his assist chances. Capella went 2 for 4. So there was just 17 assist chances, but only 7 assists. And I think if you get a little better shooting, 8 assists with 10 points for Capella is very possible at these odds. So I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I like it. It is worth noting that both you guys kind of have kind of betting on a guy being due a little bit. Trae Young buying low, and then Kuzma, just being due. New coach, new potato. NJC says in the chat that is it's our dad basically. I kind of shook my head a little bit, or I don't know about shook my head, but that one got me too. Spooky's talking about can see it. Jerry's play hitting, but Kuzma is iffy. Listen, if you're gonna take a 14-1 a ticket, something's gonna be
to hit.
Something's gonna be iffy. Before we move any further, and I've got some sympathy for Will Hill here because I'm always in his ear telling them to plug the sponsors. It's so easy to forget. It's so easy to forget about to plug sponsors when you're actually talking. So thank you so much to GoldBoys. Thank you so much to Pickett Sports, the number one app. I think Brian actually works there, so maybe he should be talking about it. But the only
and thank you for Brazzers.com.
Not our sponsor, not a GoldBoys sponsor, so we're clear. Our boss actually is watching this currently, so
yeah. NJC is watching. He's watching. I texted NJC today. For the first time in a month, he actually answered me. So
anyway, Pickett Sports. You should download it. Use code GoldBoys. Get either $3 or $100. It's just random. Maybe if you DM Brian, he can help you get the 100. Track all your bets. Compare every line across every book. It's you literally if you're trying to actually bet and be profitable long term, you have to download Pickett. Also, thank you to Boom Fantasy, super great guys to work with over there. Especially if you're not in a legal gambling state, more of that daily fantasy kind of price pick kind of model, but really focused around props over unders and things. So it's a lot of fun. I'm start having some plays out for those soon. And yeah, I think that is it. Let's go to game number 2. Hey, now I'm easy to get a hold of, NJC says. Yeah, Brian just probably thought he texted you, but he doesn't. Doogie asking why everyone has shirts on. Well,
so I'm wearing my GoldBoys polo shirt. I was told if I didn't wear this, they would come find me. So I told that. Yes, I was. I wore it yesterday. I wore it today. I'm not going to wash it because I'm only going to wear it for an hour long at a time. So there's no real need to ever wash it.
Ryan says if shirts start coming off, we might actually get sponsored by Browser. It's a good point. Anyway, this next game, because we have 35 minutes left. Brian has a hard out. We have 6 out of 7, not 8.
I have a hard on as well. So let's get to these next games. Is it the
Blazers, Celtics, Jerry, go.
All right. Well, I am not going to play this game smart because I'm going to go to Lotto. I mean, that's just my life at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of 8s and a 4. I'm going to take Tatum for 8 rebounds. Now, if Tatum doesn't get 8 rebounds and he's not in foul trouble, he's not injured, I will literally neuter myself on this show tomorrow. Tatum's going to get 8 rebounds. Marcus Smart, 8 assists. This is where it starts getting tricky. Marcus Smart, 8 assists. This is a long shot. I think his odds are +3 something or more, maybe more than that for 8 assists. But you look at the last few games, Markelle Fultz, frustrating to bet on with assists. He had 8 assists. You look at Jaden Ivey. He had a 13?
Yeah, he had a lot.
Trae Young, 11 assists. There's assists to be made against the Portland Trailblazers. I believe they're giving up the 3rd most assists in the league. They're also giving up a lot of transition points, a lot of fast break points. Last 3 games, they're top 4, top 3 in transition fast break points they're giving up. And the Celtics are one of the best teams in transition on offense. So I think this all correlates. Now, Jaylen Brown, if you look at that, shooting guards lately against the Trailblazers, dating back to when they played the Pelicans. I mean, Trey Murphy had 10 attempted threes. This is not a three-point shooter by any means. He's a low-volume guy for the most part. 10 attempts. He hasn't done that in 40 games. Alec Burks attempted 8 threes. He's done that maybe a handful of times this season. DeJounte Murray went a perfect 5 for 5 from 3 against them. So it's a little bit of a lotto, but all this can correlate. Tatum, rebound, pass it to Smart, transition, Jaylen Brown 3. This is one of those things where it's like everything can correlate together. If everything works out in my favor, and I did take 10, 10, and 5 just to be a real sick in the head degenerate that needs help.
What are the odds on that?
Plus 20-something thousand.
I'm in. Ayo Pudgy saying don't trust Brown for 4 threes. He would go with 2. You could do that. You're also going to take a huge hit on the odds, So, you get what you pay for in this business, I think. Brian, anything on whatever game this is? Because I forget.
How much have you been drinking? It's Portland and Boston. I actually do like that. Marcus Smart, he's not been scoring a lot, so you gotta hope that he gets his assists. The only worry with anything here is there's so much other ball handlers on that team that have like immersed. But at the end of the day, Marcus Smart is the guy that's kind of been, that dude for this team for however long. I was actually listening to an old podcast talking about how Marcus Smart's points in the finals last year was 15.5. Now it's like 11.5. He's really lessened his scoring. So if you're going to attack him, I do think it's the assist. And you just hope that Brown and some other, like even Al Horford, any of these guys can hit their threes. And I'll tail it for the memory of Jerry before he neuters himself on air.
I was about to bring that up because I completely forgot about that. And I was just gonna say, have I really been drinking a lot more than I think I have, or did Jerry say he was gonna neuter himself on the show? Anyway,
if Tatum doesn't get 8 rebounds, I will neuter myself live on this show.
I really hope he gets 8 rebounds because our Twitch account and YouTube account are going to get banned.
And I also, by the way, Brian, I love a good podcast.
Sorry, Next game, I will say this. I really hope Damian Lillard drops 50 points in that game. I'm going to the game on Friday, Sixers game with Melton covering Damian Lillard, and I hope he inflates his line a little bit because I do think he'll struggle against Melton in Philly. So let's hope for Dame going off so we can fade him next game.
So just so we're clear, everyone, because again, our boss is watching. I've had a half a beer. Okay, I'm not
drinking yet.
I'm not in the vicinity of drunk. Okay, I'm just also an idiot. Game number 3, Dallas Mavericks, 2-point favorites in New Orleans against the Pelicans. Over under is set at 234. Brian, I'm gonna let you go first this time.
Perfect.
Got anything on this game?
I give him a lot of shit, but Ryan props is on Brandon Ingram's over in points. I don't have anything for this game, but I do like that a lot because this Mavericks team, since trading for Kyrie, they got rid of 2 good defenders. They've just been absurd to watch. I mean, they don't even try to guard the rim. You're seeing like 120 points allowed, 130 points allowed. They went from a slow half-court offensive team that you kind of just watch and just kind of drags on to right now. These are the highest scoring games you can see in the NBA at times. So I do like Ingram to score tonight. Other than that, I don't think there's much value from what I saw. Luka did open at like 34.5 points. I almost faded that, but it's at 32.5 now. And Luka is always a guy that can score. But the best look, as I would agree with my other co-host of Ryan Props, on Brandon Ingram tonight.
Real quick, Jared, before Jerry goes, do you guys think Zion Williamson is ever going to play basketball again?
No, probably not. I think I saw a report today that he is not as healthy. Yeah, 2 more weeks, but it's like it's at this point he's just a question mark every single time he leaves a game because he played a few games this year. Everyone was kind of like, "Oh, he's back, most improved players and in reach," and then he's just gone again. So it's not like you don't root for it, but it is very weird just that he's just was a phenom and then has just fell off with injuries and other things off the court.
It does suck
too, because it's like me with my softball career.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about early LeBron days. Everybody, I don't agree with this anymore, but he was the best player in the league because he was just bigger, faster, and stronger than anybody else. Also, he's the smartest basketball player I think maybe ever. But you look at Zion Williamson, you're like, whoa, like that guy. That guy's probably bigger and faster. Anyway, Jerry, what you got in this game? Anything?
I'm just taking a simple little builder. I'm doing Luka 30 and Ingram 25 plus 134. Calling it a day.
I like that. See, he agrees. Ingram and Luka's just one of those dudes where they're playing such high pace. I do like that.
Oh, real quick, sorry, I missed a question in chat. KD Bird, this guy's name is KD Burner account. Asking about Horford threes. Any thoughts on that real quick? I know that's the last game. I missed it. Sorry.
I mean, Al Horford, Al Horford did get the game-winning attempt like two games ago, so they definitely trust the guy. But my only worry there is that the Blazers are so bad at guarding bigs inside. I'm not even sure how many attempts he's going to need if he's attacking the rim, which he should be in this kind of a matchup. That's my only thing. If it's what's his line, like probably 1.5, two and a half, like
probably 2.5 now.
It's 1.5, but like really juice. That's what I figured. Minus 180. So if you want to include it, that's one thing. But I wouldn't necessarily see it as like a spot where you're taking him for 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I was assuming he's talking about like either a ladder or a 3-4 plus money thing.
Yeah, so threes, I think he gets his volume, but I don't know if I trust it in this matchup where he points. Points would be good because there's no Williams still, and the Blazers, Nurkic he's like he might play, but like probably not. I think I saw the update. He's like still like teetering on whatever he is, but yeah, they just like doesn't matter who's starting at center. They just do not guard bigs inside.
Also, at a Spooky says CJ McCollum is on his ban list. Should he slam him for 30+?
That's not really a ban list then.
That's a hell of a ban list.
This guy stinks. I'm going to take him for 30.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on then. I got to find my FanDuel tab. Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat. It's in Miami. Cavs are 2-point favorites. I hate the Miami Heat. I'll just say that. I just think I don't like them at all. Brian, you got anything in this game?
I did. I took Evan Mobley over 15.5 points, which you don't have to put on the screen because I'm so elegantly you got it already. Yeah, so this line has been all over the place in 15.5, 16.5, and for a guy like Mobley that scores mostly inside, I think it's very important to get that 15.5. He's over 15.5, 16 plus in 19 of his last 25 games. And this is a matchup where we scored 19 and 15 against, so that one was by the hook, if you believe in using that term. So it's one of those things where 12 shots, 15 shots in those games. So very efficient in those outings, and the Heat play a lot of this 2-3 zone. They haven't really subscribed to the fact that it's a man-to-man league yet. They play a lot of zone, and they give up a lot of that 6 to 12 foot range where Bam kind of sits in the paint or ventures out with a center. He sees a lot of Jared Allen in these matchups. The game that Allen sat, Mobley had 19 points. So I'm not really worried about the Bam matchup as much because Mobley's just so good from that little like 4 to 8 foot little floater range. I do think he's going to see the volume. He's averaging 19.5 points in the last 7 games, seeing 16 field goals attempts per game in those games as well. So I do think it's a good spot. If you can get the 15.5, I wouldn't trust 16.5 because for a guy that only scores 2s, maybe takes 1-3 every few games, I do think it's like you got to get this number here.
Jerry.
I'm just going to go with Kevin Love. It's not revenge at all. He loves Cleveland, but he's playing against his old boys. I mean, maybe light a little fire. He's 3 threes is plus 260. I think he shoots a few tonight.
All right. I like it. I don't think any of us can count because I just counted the games. I started at 8 because there were 2 games tomorrow. Somebody said in chat said 7. BrianVsTheBooks said 7. I just counted again. I think there's 6 games tonight.
There's 7.
There's 7. Don't listen to Eli.
How many beers? Are you sure it's only a half of one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hawks, Wizards, Trailblazers, Celtics, Mavericks, Pelicans, Cavs, Heat, Bulls, Nuggets, Raptors, Clippers. What did I miss?
Thunder, Suns.
Why is that not on my FanDuel?
You're trusting FanDuel too much.
Go to ESPN.
Yeah, did
I only have 5.
Was it locked?
Never trust a sports book.
All right, next game. So what time is that? Do we need to go to that game next?
No, that's a 9 or 10 game. It's late.
No. Okay. Bulls Nuggets. Jerry, you first.
What did I take? Be a better producer that's not hammered. What
Listen,
the hell is this?
I'm multitasking my ass off right now, so we're clear. But anyway, go ahead, Jerry.
I took a plus 968 little SGP, and the hardest leg here is going to be Vucevic to get 4 assists because you never know what he's going to do. But that's my nice little juicy prop. Then I got MPJ for 3 threes, Jamal Murray for 3 threes. They've been good for it lately. And then Jokic for 10 assists because the Bulls have been giving up a lot of assists lately. So it's kind of a no-brainer there. A plus 968, why not?
Hey, listen, I didn't get that from you before the show started, but let's see if we can make a deal with chat here. If the video on the Twitter, GoldBoys support Twitter, gets like, I don't know, it's at 6 likes right now. If it gets like 25, how about you tweet that parlay out for free?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do I have to keep my clothes on?
Yeah,
Only if you want to.
He's not used to like actually getting
Attention?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Run through those legs again real quick. If that video gets up to 25 likes before we end the show, then you tweet it out. But run through the legs again real quick.
Vucevic 4 assists, that's the hardest leg. MPJ 3 threes, Jamal Murray 3 threes, and Jokic for 10 assists, plus 968.
All right, Brian, what do you got?
So this is funnily enough, I'm gonna agree and disagree at the same time with my friend Jerry here on the same person. I like Jamal Murray's threes, but I gave a look to his under at 21.5 points because he's a guy in this matchup. I mean, with Caruso, the best player in the league, and Pat Beverly, it's a very tough guard matchup where I think Jamal Murray has a very legit chance of hitting 4 or 5 threes and still not scoring 22 points. It's a very tough matchup for him in terms of the inside game. I also like, I don't know, Jerry, can you tell me, because I need answers on this. I liked Nikola Jokic over 21.5 points this morning, and then immediately said I can't bet on him because he just loves taking like 5 shots a game. Like he dropped 40, and then ever since his field goal volume is just super strange. I want to trust it in a good matchup, which I think is a decent matchup for him inside, but man, this guy just loves to not shoot.
The thing that's scary is like you've seen the last couple months, the Bulls have been just giving up a lot of 3-point attempts.
Yeah.
A lot of 3-point attempts, and that kind of sucks. And then you look at Vucevic, who's gotten cooked plenty of times this season. And it's a tough one to read. You know, you don't know how that game's gonna play out. If Jokic wants to just pad his stats and score, his value for points is like really juicy, especially for 30 if he decides to really show up. And it's very tempting. That's the first thing I looked at was him for 30 points. And I'm like, yeah, but I feel like I'm going to bet him for 30. And then we're going to see like 33 points.
Shots. That's my thing is that he's a guy that's very frustrating. We all know back-to-back MVPs looking for his third MVP. If he wanted to score in like his last 4 matchups, he could have. I mean, he dropped 40 against the Clippers. Then he had Houston, and everyone thought, oh shit, he's going to score again. Took 11 shots. Then he saw Memphis without Steven Adams, another great point opportunity for him. Took 10 shots. And then last game he played Toronto. And everyone's like, oh, look at this game log versus Pirtle. Like, look at all this. Guy took 8 shots. So it's just very frustrating where I think he could score 30 on any given night if he really dedicated to it. But he's just super content not doing that. And it's very frustrating if you're trying to back it. But 21.5 is just such a low line for a guy that can easily score 11 baskets.
And just kind of the only thing I would be concerned with there is just kind of reading the sports book tea leaves. Over under only set at 225, and the Bulls are also 9-point dogs. I think the Bulls are just a bad basketball team, so you know you could see several possibilities where Jokic doesn't play in the fourth quarter. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, the Bulls are. I fade Vucevic a lot. Not on assists, just points or rebounds. He's just very. I mean, he's clearly not happy with that team. Ever since Pat Bev came there, he probably hates him more than I do. So he's very. His usage is a little bit down. So that's the only thing. But they did adjust his line. He's 16.5 for points. That's just not enough for me to back on an under.
All right. This next game, if you want to bet on it, you cannot go to FanDuel. At least not in Indiana, because it ain't there. But the Thunder, without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who actually yesterday about this time announced that he was going to play last night, but sit tonight, today's NBA. I don't know. 13-point dogs in Phoenix. Brian, go first.
Just take the Thunder money line here. Kevin Durant's overrated. Devin Booker holds the ball too long. They don't feed the best center in the NBA, DeAndre Ayton. I'm making jokes, but honestly, this is one of those games where I say on Ryan's show, I say on the NBA Live show in the mornings or the afternoons, there's like one game on each slate where I don't know if I ever want to touch or take part in. This is probably one of them because you have a new Suns roster that you're still trying to feel out, and you have a 13-point spread against a team that is resting their best player. And I just do not know what to expect from this. If you know or follow me, I bet on DeAndre Ayton a lot. He opened at 12.5 points. 12.5 is ridiculous, and I still couldn't take it. His usage is so down. Anything, as much as it pains me to say, his points are up at the 15.5 some books. You might look to fade him, but this is also a game where they're playing such a terrible matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if they get him some touches and get him involved. I just have no confidence in this new look Suns to trust anybody.
Real quick before you go, Jerry, I am locking this in Thunder's money line as a system play. Biggest dog on the board at plus 625 on DraftKings. Yeah, you just have to do it. I'm so tired of the group.
Plus 650. Plus 650 on FanDuel.
Okay, well, not in Indiana because they don't have it. So
New Jersey doesn't have it either.
I don't have it in PA. I just wanted to make him feel bad for a little bit.
You mother.
What are we gonna do with this guy, man? I mean,
I can mute his mic or kick him off the show right now. You just let me know, Jerry.
How does he have a job? How does he have any kind of following?
He has at least 2 jobs, if you really think about it.
He has a girlfriend somehow. I just don't understand.
Maybe. That one is debatable.
The universe just works in weird
Jerry,
ways.
you should take off any kind of work you have this weekend. Come to Philly, Air and Express, the bar crawl on Saturday. Just come to Philly. I have a place in Philly. I'm going to stay there for 4 days. You're open invite if you want to ditch your responsibilities. Come Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday with me in Philly. So,
well, you just want to get me drunk, young man.
Yeah. So anyway, what's your thoughts on the game, Jerry?
You're sick in the head. So I'm probably not going to touch this game, but I am going to do something like I did the last game. I actually took one bet and I took Devin Booker for 30 and under on his threes. It's something I'm going to be tinkering with because the negative correlation, obviously. I got it for plus 500. Can't tell you what it's going to be on FanDuel because I have no idea because it's not listed. But I'm probably going to do the same thing with Durant. Durant's been shooting threes at a little bit of a high clip lately. His line's probably going to be 1.5 like it usually is. But he has hit 30 points and under 1.5 threes plenty of times this season. We've seen it a lot. Thunder can't really protect the rim. I think Kevin Durant goes in and scores maybe 25, 30 points and doesn't hit a lot of threes.
Like it.
I like that.
Like it. Yeah, it's just super weird. Spooky saying that it's not listed in Illinois either on FanDuel. So I don't know. Maybe more injury news coming or something. Don't really care because I think the Thunder are going to win that game. And, yeah, doesn't really matter. Toronto Raptors, 3-point dogs. Only 3-point dogs. Who's not playing for the Clippers in LA against the Clippers? Who's all sitting for the rotating bench of the Los Angeles Clippers? No way this should only be 3-point favorites if everybody's playing.
I don't think anyone's sitting. No, yeah, I don't believe so. Kawhi's in. Not yet, but Kawhi is in, Paul George is in, and so is Russell Westbrook. They're all in the big three there. I don't think anyone's sitting that I'm aware of. I believe even Zubac is going to play. I don't think there's any major injury news for the Clippers.
Zubac is playing. I did see that. Hang on, I gotta delete somebody off the. Go ahead, Jerry.
I didn't even touch this game yet, to be honest. So I'm not going to give any bad advice.
Okay.
Well, most of your advice is pretty terrible. So that's
Ryan.
It's probably good for all of us listening. Honestly, I haven't touched this game yet. And I know no one likes unders, but there is a case to be made for Kawhi Leonard, his under tonight at 25 or 26.5. I haven't touched it yet. I'm hoping it gets to 26.5. As much as I love Kawhi, I think part of the revenge narrative is factoring into his line here, where it's a little bit higher, considering that it's a slow-paced matchup, a lengthy matchup with OG, Scottie Barnes, all these defensive players. I feel like sometimes these revenge narratives get overhyped by those books or by the people betting them, that it kind of inflates their line a little bit.
I I have one play, but it's just stupid. It's been on my mind all day that for some reason Marcus Morris is just gonna hit 3 corner threes and just be annoying and cash his freaking max threes. I don't know. It's not financial advice though. I had to say it. I was sitting here and I was like, I gotta say it, but I didn't want to.
I'm gonna take him plus 120 for over 1.5.
Plus 460 if you like 3 of them.
I'm taking under 0.5. There's no way this is gonna happen now.
Brian is like the Dementors in Harry Potter. You know the Dementors in Harry Potter?
No, I believe in it, but we
and
can't
they
all agree on something and have it.
Good.
Yeah. No, I just said I was gonna tail over 1.5, and then I made a joke that we all agreed I was gonna take under 0.5. But
I tried to just hide your camera on the screen. I forgot that it would also mute you, so I tried to do that really fast. But
oh man, thank God I won't get canceled today.
That's coming soon. Trust me, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Give me your. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna give you guys a second to think about it. Give me your best bet of the night. Don't be like McAfee and give me like 12. Okay, I want your single best bet for tonight. I'm gonna go
I'll
first.
keep this on. I'll keep it on camera. Have receipts. McAfee, dude, he loves just like you give him a 30-second window, he'll talk for 6 minutes. It's crazy.
There's no way to touch the show, so it doesn't matter. You say whatever you want.
Yeah. No, you go. You're up.
I am taking Panama plus 1.5 for the World Baseball Classic. You can get that at minus 115 on DraftKings. And yeah, I know that the Panamanian Little League World Series team, because I'm a weirdo, was really good, and they all looked like 30-year-olds. And they just scored like 15,000 runs against Chinese Taipei today, and actually broke the record and scored more runs today than they have in their entire history in the World Baseball Classic. So give me that plus 1.5. I feel like these run lines early on are going to be a lot of value in the dog, especially if we can get it close to even money at minus 115. No idea really about the true talent skill level of either one of these teams, let's be honest, but I'm just kind of playing the number here. Plus 1.5 Panama, minus 115 DraftKings. Netherlands is really good. I think they might win by 2. They could tone stamp, and in which case I would be wrong and miss the bet. Can I get Jerry's 3-ball for the players? You can probably on his Twitter tomorrow if he wants to post it. Anyway, Jerry, what's your best bet for tonight, my brother?
Probably just gonna stick with Tatum for 10 rebounds. It's even, almost even money, minus 110. You got to pay a little vig, but he's hit this in like 6 out of the last 7. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's getting at least 8, or else I can't procreate anymore. So might as well.
I'll be honest, I'm going to tribute tonight, and this sounds bad, knock on wood. I don't want to get the Tatum to the injury tweet, but if I do get it in the first quarter, I will chuckle a little bit that my friend
Jerry's
Gary
going to
here
immediately delete his Twitter account, because not only does he have to castrate himself, you also get to choose his Twitter avatar.
I forget. So
It'd be a disaster.
Actually, I hope he misses 8, and then I'll make his Twitter avatar Jason Tatum grabbing a rebound. If I had to say, my best bet of the day, which is actually surprising because it's plus money, is I do really like the look of the Clint Capella I gave out earlier. 10 points with Trae Young, 8 assists. I do think that PNR duo will be in effect here, and I do think it's a good matchup for them to make Daniel Gafford look like a slow Jerry out there.
Could be.
Do you mind? I was gonna say, do you mind if I end the show with the question that you asked, like a pondering question earlier? My friend asked me before the show, if you have however many times you have to warm up, how many free throws in a row do you think you can make? Like if your life, like you had to give a number and make it. Like there's no like. Just you can warm up as long as you want, but then once you give your number, you have to make it. It's not like a death thing, like you're gonna die or whatever, because then everyone just picks one. No, it's just like for your own personal like edification. Like if you can do it, what's your limit? Do you think you can hit if you got enough time to warm up on your free throws to hit X amount in a row?
Right now, I think I would say 5.
Okay.
What year is it? It's 2023. We'll say 7 years ago, it probably would have been like 7 or 8.
Okay, Jerry, I need to know your answer.
I mean, I think you think you make 8 out of 10.
No, I'm just saying in a row.
Oh, in a row.
Just in a row.
Listen,
How many could you make in a row? Like,
I mean,
it's important to know it's not like someone's gonna murder you or like there's no other hypothetical. It's just like how many do you think you can personally get?
I mean, I played organized ball for like 20 years. I was a pretty decent shooter. I'd say I could hit 10 in a row.
So I'm glad because that's what I said. I told my friend I said 8 to 10 because I still play. I don't play organized anymore, obviously, but I still shoot around enough. I used to do this whole thing where I would make 100 free throws before I went to go to the gym, that kind of stuff. Don't do it as much anymore because time wise, but I would think I can get 8. I think 8.
Didn't my buddy Mantis over there, didn't he hit like 90 something in a row or something? I posted a YouTube video.
Yeah,
I gotta look into that.
I saw that. I thought it was fake.
Yeah, it's got to be edited, right? Come on.
Yeah.
I think this summer we should figure it out to find a way that not shows that you guys are hosting, but we find a way that we can actually live stream into one of these shows. You guys getting your full hour warm up. See how many free throws.
Hour, Jesus, man! I'm warming for an hour at free throws. Give me
Listen,
give me 6 minutes.
I'm gonna be 28 this month, and I have the back of a 57-year-old, so I would need probably like at least 40 minutes. Anyway, I think that's the show. Somebody asked if Giddey was playing tonight. I have no idea.
I think he is. I
think
believe.
he's. I haven't seen anything about him not playing. They're only 13-point dogs, and I feel like if it was no Shea, no Giddey, it'd be more like 19. Probably not, but I don't know. Underdog _ NBA on Twitter. They'll probably tell you. I don't know.
The game's locked, so I wonder if something came out, but I didn't.
It not being on FanDuel at all is a little interesting to me, and kind of is that where Shams work? I forget which one he works for, but
yeah, he works for FanDuel.
That seems a little interesting to me that you could get the line on DraftKings and not he's listed for things on FanDuel now. Anyway, I don't know. Good luck on all your bets. Any closing words? 30 seconds or less.
Brian stinks.
That's fair, Brian.
I hope Jerry has to cashier himself on live stream.
Go to tag Brian and Jerry on Twitter. Let Brian know what he should choose as Jerry's Twitter avatar for a day as the trivia champion. I think we're gonna run that back next week sometimes. Tune in tomorrow. I think at 1:00 definitely for GoldBoys lunch break. Thank you, ABC 1109. And we might be back tomorrow at 6. I think it's TBD, but definitely tomorrow at 1. So tune in. Good luck on all your bets, and appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Boom.
Thank you.
Pickett.
Yeah, thank you. But say the sponsors are plug them. Pickett Sports, Boom Fantasy. Thank you guys.
Bye.